How do you know?
What's up, everybody?
How do you know when it's live?
These things up here, when those two things pop on.
Okay. Welcome back for part 2.
Welcome back, man. I knocked so hard when my alarm went off. I didn't even remember. I thought it was morning time. Time to get up and start my day.
Must be nice.
No, it's not nice having to get up. That was rough. How come you couldn't sleep?
I don't know. I just can't sleep. I can't take naps, like, unless I'm sick. There's just, like, no way. I tried, but I just can't. I have to wait till tonight. But, yeah, we're gonna be starting off with... I have the list. Oh, wait, I'm unorganized here. Are we still accepting orders for the live?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yep.
I will get that added in here too. Oops. What?
That damn face I made. Oh man, what's up, y'all? How y'all doing? Ugh. Wakey. Oops. Eggs and bakey.
Don't touch me. I'm moody. Okay, there's the link right there. $22.22 to ask one question. Please give a specific question, not whatever wants to come out or what a spirit want me to know. It needs to have like a more direct question. Like, what do you want to know?
Yeah.
Or, you know, things like that.
Yeah. And I like knowing a little bit about, like if you ask about a person, who is this person? Is it a past person? Is it a love interest? Is it a current relationship?
Mm-hmm.
You know, stuff like that.
Yes. And then, just like I said before, if you guys have any questions, I am in the chat. So feel free to connect with me there. Okay, so the weight right now is... Wow, okay, hold on. How do you make it like count? Oh, here we go. Hold on a second. Okay, so there's 28. Last live we made it through 24. So there's probably gonna be a part 3.
Yeah.
So if you pay right now, you will be read on a part 3, which would be at probably around 8.
Don't necessarily hold us to that. Me personally, I might be able to just go now that I'm so recharged. Once I get my caffeine in me, I might be able to hold it for a while.
Right, but if 10 more come in, realistically, there's going to be a part 3. So just plan to be on a part 3, which we will come back around 8 p.m. Pacific time. Or if you don't want to wait up, you can always come back tomorrow and then look for your name in the comments, and I'm time stamping everybody. So it's up to you.
Yeah.
All right, so we're going to start off with Z, who's a Libra. How is my energy growing at this point?
Yeah, I need to know a little bit more about that. What do you mean? What are you talking about? Are you healing from something? Like what? Growing, like, I mean, because energy isn't created or destroyed. It only changes form. The only way your energy is going to change form is if you are consciously putting forth the effort into making it change form. Are you doing that? Is there something you're healing from? What do you mean by that? If you're in the chat.
If you're not in the chat, then we are gonna... Oh, wait, right here. Oh, they emailed. Oh, okay. That's who I meant to highlight last time.
Oh.
Okay, so she did write back here in the email. It says, I have had a lot of changes this past year, and I'm wanting to know that I am on the path to creating the right path.
So one thing that's important to keep in mind is that it is very, very challenging to take the wrong path. Very challenging. You can, but it's hard. If you take the wrong path according to the universe, you ain't gonna be on it long before the universe kicks your ass off of it. So, I mean, yes, you're going through a transitionary point, and that's kind of like by default. A lot of the things that you went through were specifically designed to put you where you are right now. The challenges, the obstacles, you know, the shit that you've been going through led you to this path, right? So this is a part of your path. Now you're at a crossroads, so there's more than one path that you could take right now. And when you're at a crossroads like that, this card comes up when there's more than one path that you can take. So you can take this path and have this experience, or that path and have that experience. They both come back around to the same point. So, I mean, it's good, it's going good, as long as you're making sure to transmute this stuff. When I say that, it's not just some fancy, cute little word that I like to use. That means take the energy that you've been dealt and use it to deliberately create something new. Then once you create something new, you take the new thing that you created and you use the new thing you created to redefine the meaning behind the experiences that created the original energy. That's how we transmute energy. That's when you take a look back and you say, I'm glad that happened that way, because if that didn't happen that way, then this wouldn't have happened this way. That's transmutation. So, I mean, you know, it's going pretty good. I mean, everything that you're experiencing right now, like there's nothing wrong, basically, right? Like the challenges, the obstacles, all the shit that you went through is part of your path, 100%. So it's a matter of you recognizing that, if that makes sense. Now, that doesn't mean that if you don't recognize it, you're on the wrong path. It just means that the crossroads you're on right now, the path begins to change as you begin to give credit to your past experiences. Does that make sense? So you're entering into a new cycle. It's going good. Like I said, all this stuff is part of your path, 100%, because you do have a higher calling. You are evolving into a newer, higher vibrational version of yourself. And yeah, that's kind of what you got going on. So I don't know what you mean by how is it growing, or, you know, it's going good. Everything is going exactly the way it's supposed to. The trick is to understand that. That's the trick. I know that may sound like not much, but trust me, that is huge. Trust me, that is huge. When you understand, all you have to say is, I trust that the universe is going to show me why this happened. And you start seeing little pieces of evidence that supports why something happened. And then it keeps snowballing and snowballing and snowballing until something huge happens in your life. And you understand that that huge thing wouldn't have happened if it wasn't for the shit that brought you here. Does that make sense? So you're good. You're just entering into a new cycle, and it's happening exactly the way it's supposed to. So hopefully that helped.
All right, Destiny, who's a Leo. I'm confused on the path I should take. Go back to my ex, who I know, explore the new person, or just focus on myself.
Well, we can eliminate one thing right off the bat. Neither of those two people are your divine life partner without a tarot card. When you meet your divine life partner, you ain't gonna be confused whether or not you should get with them or get with your ex. So, that doesn't mean that it's not an important soul contract, but not your person. The only thing I can look at is the status of the last soul contract and the status of this first one. So the past person is an incomplete soul contract. So there's definitely a karmic tie there. However, the energy between the two of you will prove to be difficult regarding reconciliation. In order for a reconciliation to work successfully, both of us have to bring a new energy back to the connection. And in a nutshell, that's what would have to happen for us to reconcile successfully. I do not think the past person has intentions of doing that.
Toxica.
Yeah. So there is a karmic tie with the past person. I can't tell you what you should do, but that will prove to be very difficult. More than likely a repeat cycle. And the new person is incomplete as well. Many times when you're presented with more than one choice like that, see, your guides are constantly talking to you all day, every day. Take this path, take that path. Don't do this, stay away from that person. You know, you hear that inner guidance all the time coming from your guides. And then sometimes you'll approach a crossroads in which it's completely 100% up to you. And then your guides will back off and say, okay, this one's on you, you choose. Because you have unfinished business with the past person and unfinished business with the new person. They're both there. So the I don't know if you would call it the upside is that both paths are open and available to you. But like I said, the downside is the energy that you bring to the table. If you enter into a new connection with a new person with that much doubt, it's gonna make it very difficult to form that genuine connection with that person. It's gonna make it very difficult. So there's ups and downs to both, you know. Going to a new connection with that much doubt, nervousness, anxiety, and tethered to a past person, it's going to make it very difficult to form a new connection with the new person. You can, but there isn't any should. There's not really a what you should do because there's unfinished business on both sides. It's hard to say. I can't tell you what you should do. If you do decide to try to make things work with a new person, you need to make a 100% dedication that I'm shutting the door on the past. 100%. And you have to do that in here. No matter what, Jesus Christ himself could descend down from heaven and tell me, hey, if you get with this past person, it'll work out. Nope, too late. Nope. No. You have to make a solid decision.
Dang, saying no to Jesus is wild. That's so crazy.
And
step right there.
Yeah. Because if you had to pick one person or the other, I mean, you absolutely had to. You had to. You got a better shot with the new person. You know, just because the energy has still stayed the same, and there's even more karmic energy with the past person, you're much more likely to repeat that cycle, if that makes sense. Or yeah, just focus on yourself, heal, release all fucking energy. And if that new person really, the universe really wants that new person in your life, that will be postponed, if that makes sense. There's a better chance with the new person, though, than the past person, just energetically. So.
Okay, so next we're gonna do Barry. Are you in the chat? Because I emailed you, but I haven't got a response yet. So let's just see if they are in the chat. So someone just gave me kind of a good idea. I guess I'm just gonna share out loud. I don't know if I should or not. But someone said, do you have to be an exclusive member to get a reading? And they gave me the idea, maybe for the members, we can do like a free readings like once or twice a month. Like if you're a member, we'll go live and just do free readings for members only. That was a great idea, huh? Yeah. See, this is why I run the business. No, actually, that was a good idea from Goth Granny TV. Thank you for...
That is a good idea. I can't believe I never thought of that. I got something interesting for the members, though. I'm going to go ahead and tell. If you're a member here soon, possibly tonight, maybe tomorrow, I'm going to start, and I don't care how long you followed me. You've heard my story. But I'm going to tell the most detailed, comprehensive version of my story. Of
his life story.
Not my life story, but like a big chunk of it. Like how I ended up getting into this. Because I swear to God, my story as to how I became a tarot reader could make a fucking movie. I mean, just looking back on it. My whole life isn't that fucking interesting. I don't just say that because it's me. But seriously, the story about where I came from and how I ended up, you know, getting into the tarot is a really fascinating story. And it'll probably be a 3 or 4 part video thing where I do part 1 day, and then, you know, it's going to be a long one. That's what I'm doing next for the members. So anyway, yes, that is a good idea though.
Yeah. All right. We're going to move on here to the next. All right, this person bought 2 readings. Their name is F Your Voodoo 84, and they are a Pisces. It says info/details on my neighbors D and M, and if they are still trying to spiritually attack me. Did my husband or bio family have anything to do with it? That's one question.
That's more than one question.
I'm saying that's their question. So whatever you can read in that.
So I'm assuming that you have verifiable evidence that they were energetically attacking you. So that's the intention I'm going to put into this. Man, I wish I had time, because combating energetic attack is so much easier than you think it is. So much easier. It takes some time to sit and explain that though, so I don't really have time for that here, because we got people we have to get to, but it is so much easier than you think it is. Don't get it twisted. It's a pain in the ass. We've been dealing with energy attacks for fucking years, but now we're at a point where we're so damn good, we can smell it coming from a mile away, you know? So, well, I do. I don't have the energy on the table that would indicate black magic is being used, but I do have the energy that would indicate really bad intentions, you know? So if you do have irrefutable evidence, and you know for a fact that they have been energetically attacking you, then yeah, they probably still are. If you don't have 100% irrefutable evidence that they've done that, I'm not saying that you haven't, you know, experience some energetic anomaly with these people, but they do have horrible intentions towards you. Absolutely. And, you know, I mean, if they are, just put it to you like this, if they are energetically attacking you, they don't really know what they're doing. Not really. That doesn't mean that it won't be effective, but it won't nearly be as effective as it could if they knew exactly what the hell they were doing. So yeah, I think they still have horrible intentions towards you. Let me see what the second spread says. So, I mean, like basically, if you don't have 100% evidence that they used energy attacks on you, they do have like intentions of fucking with you somehow, some way. Whether it's spreading rumors about you or starting some kind of drama in your life. Yeah. So, yeah. Okay. So again, I'm careful how I word this because I don't know if you know for an absolute fact that they were using black magic against you, but I'm not seeing that in both spreads. The energy that would tell me that somebody is energetically attacking you, I haven't seen that. But I do think that they have bad intentions of sabotaging you somehow, some way. If it's energy attacking, then yes, they're still doing it. But if not, if you don't know, I wouldn't say they're energetically attacking you, but they are trying to sabotage you. Yes, 100%. So they still have ill intentions towards you, sabotaging you, spreading rumors about you. You know, you know how people do. Shitty people that want to sabotage you. Now I have a whole lot of stuff I could say about that, but to answer the question directly, I would say yes. And that's about as far as I can go with that right there.
All right, their second question is, am I in a lavender marriage? Is my husband DL? I don't know what that means.
I have no idea what that means.
What is DL mean? Down low? Driver's license? Divine life partner? Is that what it is?
Maybe.
DL?
Maybe.
What is a hold on. What is a lavender marriage? A marriage of convenience between a man and a woman where one or both partners are gay, lesbian, or bisexual. It's a form to hide a person's true sexual orientation from the public. So basically, is he gay? Okay, thanks everybody. Yeah, she wants to know.
Well, that's one that's
We
really.
get asked this a lot.
Yeah, I had a client asking me that on a Zoom call the other day, and that's challenging and difficult to look at. I don't see that. There's only one way that I could think to look to see if somebody's gay. And I've only done that a few times. I don't know if it's accurate because I haven't, honestly, throughout the whole course of my career, I haven't been asked that question really enough times to know whether or not my way of reading it is actually accurate or not. But the way I do it is I want to see if two kings come out right next to each other. It's the only way I can think to do it. I'm not seeing that here. I'm not. So, according to this first spread, I would have to say no. I don't think that there is any attempt at concealing same-sex attraction. I'm not seeing that. I do think that this is a life partnership soul contract that you all have been working on for many, 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 many lifetimes. It's what I like to call a karmic life partnership soul contract. When I say karmic, all that means is unfinished business from a past life. Not that something bad's supposed to happen, not that you did something wrong, not that you have to learn a lesson. Unfinished and incomplete from a previous lifetime. And the original soul contract was life partnership, and you've been working on this for multiple lifetimes. Let me grab the second spread.
But if she already knows she's in a lavender marriage, why would she be asking if they're gay?
I thought she asked if it was a lavender marriage. Is that not how it was worded?
Where am I? Oh, am I in? Oh, okay.
So I don't know if you heard me a second ago, but you know, the way that I read that whenever somebody asks me is, are there two kings right next to each other in the spread? Again, I haven't been asked that question enough times to know whether or not that's an accurate way to read it. But that's the only thing that I can think to do. Because the last person that asked me, she asked me about one person, and then she asked me about another person, because she's like, he has this guy that calls him at like 2 o'clock in the morning and says they're best friends, and then as soon as I pull the spread, king, right next to each other, I was like, yeah, he's probably bisexual. I'm not seeing that here, no. If, you know, the way I look to see if you have a same-sex attracted male, I don't see that in either of these spreads. So, according to my way of reading it, I don't think so. I can probably count, like on two hands, the number of times I've been asked that in the last 8 years, like less than 10 times. So I haven't heard any negative feedback regarding the way I read that. So I'm gonna keep going with that.
Okay, next we have Z Smith, who is a Pisces. Do I have someone new coming in?
How long have you been single? If you're in the chat, I'd like to know how long you've been single. I'm going to start off by looking at the status of your last soul contract. Last soul contract was incomplete. So it wasn't supposed to end either how it did or when it did or both. So I don't know how long you've been single, but there technically is still a bit of an energetic blockage. And the reason why I ask how long you've been single is because if this just recently happened, then in a weird way, that's good news, because if that energy is fresh on your mind, it's easier to process and heal it and release it. The problem comes when you wait a real long time. There's a lot of people that when I tell them they still have past energy with them, they say, oh, no, I don't. I haven't thought about that person in months. Is that what I said? Did I say you were sitting around thinking about them? That's not what I said. I said you still have their energy with you. And if you wait so long that you just forget about it, that doesn't mean that you've released the energy. It means you've learned to live with it. And you forgot that it's there, which can create a huge energetic blockage. So, let me see. I can't give you too many more explicit details without knowing. If you've been single for 2 months, you know, that's a very different thing if you've been single for 2 years or 4 years or 6 years. Whoa, whoa, whoa. That almost fell apart on me. Yeah. So there's still some unresolved, unprocessed energy. You do have a divine life partner out there. Right now, you're not quite a vibrational match yet. Not quite. Depending on how long you've been single, if you've only been single for 2 months, that's totally normal. That's 100% to be expected. If you've been single for 2 years or 4 years, you know, that can be challenging. That can be, the longer that you let the energy sit, the harder it is to process and heal it. Dig it up and process it and heal it, you know. But you do have a divine life partner out there. And with, again, since I haven't found out how long you've been single, I can't really give you any advice, because the advice I would give you, that makes a world of difference, how long you've been single. I would give you completely different advice depending on if you've been single for 3 months, 6 months, 6 years, 9 years. But there is still an energetic blockage right now. But you do have a divine life partner out there. But your last soul contract is incomplete, so there is a pretty hefty karmic tie.
Oakley dokley. Taria, are you in the chat? I don't think they're here. I'll just wait a few seconds.
Poor Buggy Doug over there. He's gonna be wanting to walk tonight.
It's too hot.
I know, he doesn't understand.
He tortures us.
Do you think he would let just me take him on a walk without you?
What?
Because he won't let you just take him without me, does he?
I mean, he does. I've taken him alone before, but I just like it when you're with us. It says it feels like 111 outside right now.
111.
It's 107, but it's windy. So it's like a blow dryer, pretty much.
Yeah. I'm gonna tell you what, man. If you and none of y'all ever been to the desert, if you've been to the desert, you know. But it blew my mind when we first moved out west. I've never experienced heat at nighttime ever. Like anywhere else, it doesn't matter if it's a hot 100-degree summer day. On the East Coast, when the sun goes down, a cool breeze, you know, comes in. And I remember when we first moved to Arizona, just an hour away from here. We're in Vegas now. But we were there the first night we spent there. The sun went down, and you know, I'm thinking, okay, good, maybe it cooled off now, you know. And we opened up the door, and it felt like I was opening the oven to check my pizza.
I told him, he didn't believe me.
I've never understood how it can be so hot at night. Like, where's that heat coming from? There's no sun.
It's like on the rocks or something.
It's brutal, dude.
It's gotta be like the sun heated up all the desert rock and it's radiating. I don't know. It really doesn't make sense to me either. But it sucks. And our cat demands his walks. He does not care if it's 30 degrees outside or if it's 130 degrees outside. He's all about that walk. And people stare at us like, oh my God. They probably think like, oh my God, that poor animal. Well, no, poor us. Poor us. Because we don't want to go out there. You should see us in the wintertime.
Yeah.
Like around Christmas, it's like freezing. I have like layers on and he wants out so bad. And we're like walking around the neighborhood with the stroller.
We have a stroller.
Yeah, and people are probably looking at us like, look at those crazy white people. Oh my God, and their cat. That poor cat. It's like, no, poor me, because I gotta like bundle up to come out here for him, because he demands.
Yeah, we got a little stroller that he hops in, and you pull the thing down, and there's this screen top that comes down that zips, and He loves us taking him around the
loves
block
it.
at night.
He loves it. All right, we're gonna move on. We will see if she emails back later. All right, Anonymous, who is a Sagittarius. Does Chris, who's an Aries, want something serious with me, or is he just using me? He is a new person I was recently dating and talking to.
Damn. All right. Well, it's not good to not know someone's intentions. I know y'all hear me talk about this a whole lot, but this is a classic example of confusion. Remember how I always tell you? Look for transparency and avoid confusion. This is a classic prime example. Before I tell you what the answer is, just know that it doesn't matter. Even if I tell you that he is in love with you, wants to dedicate his life to you and only you, it won't matter. Because if he has nothing but the best of intentions, and you can't pick up on that when it's right in front of your face, that points to an even deeper problem. Just to take with you on your journey. So, I mean, honestly, I think neither. I don't really think a life partnership is at the tip top of his priority list. I don't think he has bad intentions, though, either at the same time. So, is something off? Yes. Is it what you think it is? No. This is, to try to summarize this as quickly as possible, this is a classic case of I'm wounded, I'm hurt, I'm guarding my heart. I don't want anybody getting close to my heart. But for some fucking reason, I'm out trying to date people. Classic example. A relationship is the last fucking thing I need to be worried about right now. But for some reason, I'm out looking for one. I'm too wounded to be in a relationship with anyone. I don't trust no one. But I'm out looking for a relationship. Stupid. I don't understand it, but a lot of people out there do it. So I wouldn't say using you, but it's almost like, I think people that do that, I think what it is they're in love with the idea of being in a relationship. You know, the fantasy, the mental picture. Like, there's a lot of people out there who all they want to do is get married. Now they're not thinking about having a committed life partnership. All they're thinking about is having a wedding. You know? I just want to experience walking down the aisle with somebody. I don't care who it is, doesn't matter who, just a faceless, nameless somebody. I need to walk down the aisle with someone, say I do, and have that moment, and that's all they're thinking about. All right? They're not putting any thought into what that means. Having someone by your side for the rest of your life, you know? Yep, see? 9 of Wands again. 2 of Swords again. So, I mean, I think neither. I just think this person's extremely confused. Doesn't know exactly what it is that he really wants. But is like in love with the idea of being in a relationship, if that makes any sense. That's the only way I can think to explain it, honestly. You know, I have a picture painted in my mind of what I think a relationship means, you know, and I don't even know a better way to explain it. I really don't. I always stumble on my words when I try to explain this, but no, he's not using you. Just a very, very confused, broken, fucked up person that has no business trying to be in a relationship with anybody, really, but doesn't have bad intentions. That makes sense? That's the best way I can describe that.
He looks like he's about to scoot his butt on the carpet. That's why I'm recording him.
Oh,
I wanted to
bug a
see
dog.
if I could get him on video. See how his legs are? Doesn't he kind of look like he's about to scoot his butt
A
on the
little
carpet?
bit, yeah. Bug a dog. You have to wipe your butt on the carpet, buddy. What you doing, buddy? What you doing, bug a
Well, if
dog?
you're talking to him, he's not going to do it. He didn't do it.
What's up, buddy?
I had to record just in case. Baby.
What's up, buddy? How you doing? What you doing, buddy? What you doing, man, huh?
Okay, next we have Amza. How do you say that?
I have no idea.
Amza, I think. Who's a Cancer. Outlook for my spouse and me as we navigate his recent Alzheimer's diagnosis. He is 68 years old, Gemini, and I'm 62. We think he is in moderate stage.
Damn, okay. Is there any way we can either turn the air down or turn the fan up? Okay. All right.
Is it going?
Oh, is the battery dead on that one too? Oh, the battery's dead.
Oh.
Well, we know where they're at. They're down there in the kitchen. If you want to run down there real quick while I'm doing this.
Watch out for a poor little fairy down there so you don't hit him.
All right.
Oh, you poor little baby. You're just right in the danger zone. What are you doing? You get ran over. That's not safe.
So, I mean, I'm not 100% sure what you mean by the outlook. Are you concerned that separation might end up happening as a result of this? I think that this is a life partnership soul contract. See, here's the thing about that. You know, we always want to meet our life partner, right? But when you do, when you meet that person, what does that mean? What does it mean when you're with your life partner? It means there's only one way to successfully complete that soul contract. And that is for death to do us part. In which case you have successfully completed a life partnership contract. If you are not at a place energetically where you're able to sustain a life partnership contract, the two of you will separate before death does you part. Understanding what that means, it looks like you all are on a track towards successfully completing that. It's going to be challenging. It's going to be difficult. It's not going to be fun. And I got to be really, 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 really careful what I say. But there is the possibility that there could be ways of treating that you don't know about right now. And if you really dig and really do the digging, you could be led towards that information. Just for entertainment purposes only, right? But I mean, it's going to be challenging right now, but it's going to be challenging. Like I said, I don't know what you're looking for exactly. It's going to be tough, and you're on a track towards successfully completing a life partnership contract. I don't see an exit point coming up anytime soon, though, if that's what you're wondering about.
I want to know about, like, that's like a huge change.
I know.
Like,
So
how are they going to navigate it? Like, is it going to be, I mean, how do you even navigate something like that? You don't really know.
Yeah, that's the thing. That's what's challenging about it. You know, it's going to be difficult to manage, difficult to navigate. Because there are a couple of different timelines that you can take. And I just get nervous talking about this kind of stuff where it's not out of the realm of possibility. At least keep an open mind. Let's just put it like that. Keep an open mind to the possibility that you might end up discovering other ways of treating it. Like, don't close yourself off to that possibility. This is for entertainment purposes only. I'm just talking out of my ass right now, and I have no idea what I'm talking about, okay? But there's nothing that can't be treated. Nothing. There's a treatment for every illness, every disease out there, for entertainment purposes only. And, you know, depending on how open the two of you are to that idea would depend on whether or not he takes an exit point, or if the two of you make a shift into a new timeline, into the new earth together. It's going to be challenging, though. It is going to be difficult. It's going to be rough. It's going to be hard. But yeah, that's all I mean, I can't, without knowing like exactly, this is the type of question I like answering on a Zoom call. So I can go back and forth, and, you know, we can go back and forth with each other.
Or a phone call now that we have those available.
Oh yeah, we do have phone calls. It's looking like the two of you are on the right track, on the right path, though. So.
Alright. Well, I hope that helps. Best of luck to you guys. Okay, next is Kevin, who's a Libra. Will my girlfriend, Carla, a Taurus, start putting effort into our current relationship so I don't have to walk away? I would also like to add some info about Carla and I. We have been committed in a relationship since April 25th. It was great in the first 9 months or so, but now communication is trash on her part. 9 months?
April 2025.
June, oh. I thought it was like actually April 25th. I was like, it has not been 9 months since April.
So you know what that is, right? That's a good old classic case of the wool being pulled over your eyes. When the cupcake phase, you know, when I tell people be sure that you meet a person in which there is transparency. Almost everybody I say that to says, well, there was transparency when I first met my ex. No, there wasn't. No, there wasn't. No, there wasn't. And this is a good example, using this moving forward as to what it means when you first meet someone new and it's intoxicating. You're high off of that person. The two of you are high off of each other, you know? And most people mistake that feeling for love, and it's not. Now, it's not a bad thing. I'm not saying that it shouldn't feel that way. I'm saying that that feeling is not love. That feeling is always going to wear off. And that's usually 90% of the time, that's about how long it lasts. 9 months to a year before that feeling starts wearing off and dwindling down. And yeah, so, you know, devil card, 7 of swords, you know, I don't think she's somebody you can fully trust. Honestly, I don't think so. So I don't, you know, good old classic case. Hey, I'm empty, I'm lonely, I'm broken. I need a person to fill this void in my heart. So she meets a new person that creates this intoxicating explosion of pleasure and emotions. And you must be the one because you make me feel so amazing. 9 months to a year later, that starts wearing off, which is natural. That's totally normal. And then, well, shit. You don't distract me from my problems anymore because I've been around you for too long. We're used to each other. I'm not hypnotized by you. I'm not mesmerized by you like I used to be. So I need to go find somebody who will. Which, that specific feeling that codependent people confuse for love, that specific feeling can only be found through a new person. That's the only way that feeling can be created. But the codependent thinks that that feeling is love, and it's not. It's the same feeling when you first roll off the lot in a brand new car. You know how fucking awesome you feel when you first roll off the lot in a brand new fucking car? But after you've been driving it for a year, 2 years, that feeling is long fucking gone, you know? Same thing. I just don't think that she's somebody you can fully trust. And I have this funny intuitive feeling that she's kind of trying to push you away a little bit. You know, people will do that sometimes when, especially if it's a codependency attachment, when the fireworks show is over and now I'm bored and I want out of this, but I don't want to look like the asshole. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to do everything I can to push you away so that you leave. Either A, you're going to leave, which A, makes it not look like my fault. B, it's going to trigger you to start a fight with me. And then I'll leave. And then I can blame it on you. That's kind of what I feel like is happening here. I kind of think she's trying to manufacture a separation. Honestly, is what this kind of feels like.
I've done that,
I think everybody has.
but it never works. I still have to dump their ass. Well, past tense, obviously.
Yeah. So yeah, I don't really, probably not, to be honest with you, to answer that question directly, probably not. 7 of Cups, 3 of Cups.
What do those mean?
That means that I'm not allowed to spy on the details of somebody's life, but there's more than likely at least one other person involved somehow. Or if there was another person available, she would be on that. You know, I think she's trying to push you away, is what I think she's doing. People ain't stupid. People ain't stupid. You know, you don't start off communicating the way you should, openly and whatnot, and then just stop doing it. You don't just, no. She knows exactly what she's doing, 100%. So, best of luck to you with that. What I would do, hey, no. Here's what I would do, and I'm telling you right now, make her regret it. Make her regret it. Dedicate your life to making her regret it. You got to get that tunnel vision. Obsess over making her regret it. And you will. You will, 100%. All right.
Okay, so I got more details for this one. Timestamp it.
Man, this one's been flying by, dude.
I know, well, we haven't really gotten through very much. All right, we have Karia, who's a Pisces. What is my best advice for my current energy and love? A lot going on. I have 2 exes back in my energy, heavy. The worst one is my toxic Virgo ex, and I have a Cancer Leo plus Leo I have been talking to again, but I don't know if he can be the man I need.
Well, if you're confused about whether or not you should be with somebody, that's not somebody you need to be with. The tricky part with situations like this is, it's not as simple as I tell you who you should and shouldn't choose. It doesn't work like that. My goal is to help you understand what decision you should make, you know? So what you're going through right now is you're going through a level up period. So it's time for you to level up. And you're going through a phase of being tested right now. And like I always try to tell you, if you're being tested and I expose that test, the universe will give it to you again in a different way. You will be tested over and over and over until you show the universe that you've learned what you needed to learn and you apply that knowledge to whatever the universe puts in front of you. Because you can't cheat your way through a spiritual test. If you could, I'd be the first one to help you do it. But you're being tested right now. And honestly, when it comes to being tested, the easiest tests you could possibly be given are to have a person who's already shown you who they are to come back. That's the easiest test you can be given, you know. But you're being tested right now. I'm telling you, when you do meet that person, you ain't gonna be confused. You ain't gonna be confused about whether or not you want to be with them. No, you won't. If you ever have to come ask me how someone feels about you, that ain't it. Now, I'm not saying you're doing something wrong. My goal is to help you out there. My job is to give you knowledge that you can apply to your life that'll help you. If you have to come ask me whether or not you should be with somebody, that's not your person. Doesn't mean there's not a soul contract, but your person, no. There's no unfinished business from your past. And, you know, especially if you already know that one of them's toxic, they're still toxic. If that stove burned you, it's going to burn you again. Don't touch the stove again. But you're being tested right now because, you know, I can't get into it too deep, but 2026 is ideally supposed to be that level up period for you, to where you're either going to evolve to the next level or repeat a past cycle. So, yeah, there's nothing unfinished about your past. The past was meant to teach you lessons and give you knowledge. And if you learn that lesson and you apply that lesson, then you'll level up to the next level. But if you didn't learn the lesson, then you'll have to go through and take that class again. See what I'm saying? So it's time to level up, right? Got a lot of toxic codependency energy in both of those situations, and climbing up out of codependency and into independence and abundance is, if you navigate that path properly, you could attract a divine life partner next year, or at some between now and 2030. But yeah, you're going through a testing phase right now. A lot of people are. A lot of people.
All right, Anne, who is an Aquarius. Am I the bad person for taking my daughters away to go back home, even though I'm no longer with this person? We were together for 3 years. He is a Capricorn, and the relationship has been on and off for 3 years now.
The bad person? I mean, if you break up with somebody, then you can take your kids wherever you want. Let me look at the status of the soul contract. Okay, so soul contract is not complete. However, the energy between the two of you is not sufficient enough to sustain the connection while you carry out this soul contract. So basically, it's kind of like, the best example I can give is that the vehicle needs an oil change. It needs a tune-up, like bad. And that's not happening. It's not happening. In order for the vehicle to get the oil change and the tune-up, both of you, it's a two-person job to do that. And this person is not working together as a teammate. So that vehicle is not going to be able to make it in the race anyways. So the race is incomplete, but the vehicle is not in good enough condition to run the race. See what I'm saying? So, I mean, if the relationship isn't working, wherever you go, you take your kids wherever you want. So, I mean, you're free to take your kids wherever you want when the relationship isn't working. You know, so that's a really, really layered question. The direct answer would be no. I mean, what makes you a bad person, a good person or a bad person, there's a lot more that goes into it than that. See what I'm saying? Like, if you were a bad person, taking your kids and moving is very likely not going to be the only bad thing you've done. You know what I'm saying? So at this point where you're at now, if you were the bad person that ruined the relationship, simply taking your kids, like, see, this is the way narcissists work, right? They create arguments that are very, very difficult to logically explain, if that makes any sense. I mean, I'm even feeling it. When you get into an argument like this with a narcissist, they do it in such a way that it twists you around and makes it very, very difficult to break down and explain the logic and navigate the convoluted emotional fucking shitstorm that they've created that you have to try to, all the hoops you have to jump through. So the direct answer is no. You know, if you were a bad person, it would have to do with a whole lot more than just what you do with your kids. So, yeah, I mean, it's this connection's not working anyways. Devil card again. So, I mean, you got to do what you got to do. Take your kids wherever you want. You know? So, no. This relationship's not working.
I bet you that narcissists are reptilians.
Yeah, I suspect that yeah, there's a lot of reptilian DNA. I mean, I know that a lot of the population is very brainwashed by reptilians.
Yeah, like they're good at it.
Yeah.
You know, so like my conspiracy mind obviously goes down these rabbit holes.
Oh man, I wish I had a.
What?
I had a video that I saved on my phone of a reptilian eye. Did you see that one?
Oh yeah. Yeah.
Anyway.
Yeah, I know somebody who knows somebody who's actually seen somebody's eye do that in real time.
Yeah, it's fascinating stuff.
So, yeah. Before you call me crazy.
I don't know, reptilians, I guarantee you, we walk past them every day.
Probably.
We live in Las Vegas. Shit. Of all the non-humans, you know, of any city in the world where non-humans live and try to blend in with humans.
You're an alien.
Well, my soul is alien.
No. Your blood type is literally alien, too.
Yeah, I suspect.
That's why you're so weird, dude.
Because my fun little piece of trivia about me, that
He's an alien.
there's something really, 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 really weird and different about my dad's side of the family that I don't know about. I'm pretty sure my grandfather, who I've never met, was in the military. And there's just something that is completely unexplainable. I have met all kinds of crazy people in my life. All kinds of crazy, psychotic. I've been stuck in mental hospitals. Like, I know what crazy looks like. My dad's bloodline is, like, doesn't belong on this earth. It's hard to explain. And I suspect that somewhere down the line in my dad's side of the family, there was a hybridization that were the result of a hybridization program where somebody, I don't know if it was my great-great-grandpa, my great-grandpa, my grandpa, somebody, I think, like the Cabbage Patch Kids, you know, where I think it was World War II, where at some point in time, a lot of the population was wiped out, and they had to repopulate the planet, and they created a lot of new babies in laboratories, cloned them.
Allegedly.
Allegedly.
Let's keep this channel up and going.
And I highly suspect that I come from. I mean, I do have Rh negative blood, but that's, even if it wasn't for that, there's still something very, 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 very strange about the bloodline that I'm from, and it's crazy. Anyway, though, yeah.
Yeah, so you're an alien, basically. So that just proved my point. Alright, moving on, we have Jennifer, who is a Leo, is the person I am going to, wait, is the person I am going to pull his head out of his ass or has any intentions to? Sorry, that was really hard to read for some reason.
If you are in the chat, I would like to know how long you all have been together. see what kind of soul contract we're dealing with. Oh, death card. Blum, blum, blum. We might just have us a successfully completed soul contract here. Is this a new person you just recently started dealing with? There's a few things I want to say, but I can't say it without knowing how long you all have been together. But this might be a successfully completed soul contract. But if you do hang around for too long and no growth or improvement happens, you could potentially create karma that was never there to begin with. One thing I see a lot of doing what I do is two people come together with karma from a previous lifetime. They clear that karma, and in the process of doing that, they create more. This is why I call planet Earth the casino of the universe. It's rigged to work against you. The more you play, the more you're going to lose. And that's how easy it is to get stuck in the karmic wheel, you know? So, I mean, I don't think that this person is seeing the truth about the situation. Yeah, Empress reversed.
You mean his head is so far up his ass he doesn't know he's in an ass?
Yeah.
Basically?
Yeah. Yeah, King of Cups reversed. So, you know, in order to grow as a person, you have to have the ability to self-reflect, you know, and I think his ego is too big, you know, because that's not comfortable. The process of pulling your head out of your ass and growing, that's an uncomfortable process to admit to yourself something that you're doing wrong and work towards correcting it and opening up and being vulnerable about it. That's hard to do. That's never a comfortable thing to do. I don't really know if his ego will allow him to do that. We have the death card again, though. So, yeah, I think it's a completed soul contract. So if I was you, what I would do is feel this out. What that means is pay attention to how this connection makes you feel and set a time frame. Like, let's say you choose the rest of this year, for example. By the time we're around Thanksgiving, Christmas, go inside and ask yourself, how does this feel? See what I'm saying? Do I still feel just as bad or worse about this connection? Or am I feeling some improvement? Does it feel like we're moving and evolving together? And that's what you do. You feel it out. And if it continues feeling worse the more time goes on, then that's a warning. If you don't take it upon yourself to step back and, you know, part ways, then eventually the universe will kick the tower over on you and force you to.
I wonder where that phrase came from.
What? Your
Head up your ass. Like, literally, how did that even...
I mean, it's kind of like your head in the sand, like ignoring the truth.
Well,
But, you know, you're stuck on yourself, I think. Like, you're so full of yourself.
yeah.
Like, if your head is in your ass, you're literally full of yourself.
You think someone can actually fit your head in someone's ass?
I mean, I've seen pictures of it. You can. There was this...
Wait, their own ass or
yeah,
somebody else's?
No, their own. There was this famous picture that went around the internet back when the
Why
internet
did
was
I
new.
ask? Like, I was not prepared for that answer.
Some dude standing up, he's bent over, and his head is in his butt. It's crazy. I'm gonna kick this air down, man. I'm hot.
Do you want me to turn the fan up?
Yeah, but I'm roasty.
Oh my god, I'm gonna freeze. He always does this. Marissa, I emailed you. Okay, so I got your email on what you wanted to change, and then I emailed you back, and then I was saying you're kind of asking like 3 questions, so pick one. But I'm just gonna leave it how it is, and then let Rich like figure out which one to read, unless you want to pick one. But I did email you back. What did you put it down to?
72.
It's hot because the sun is setting right here and it's like beating in here. So,
How far along are we?
we still got a lot to go.
That's not too bad. Not horrible.
There's like 20 more to go.
I mean, I'm good. I'm rested. Got my caffeine in me. I know you. Do you want me to sleep in the other room tonight? Or do you think you're tired enough to sleep through my snoring?
I don't know right now.
Okay.
Maybe, I don't know. I don't know. I want you to sleep and I want you to be in there with me.
Okay.
Okay. All right, next we have Paige, who's a Cancer. Will me and Aries eventually work through this? It's been rocky, and we have outside people trying to interfere. He's stubborn also.
Number one. That is the number one.
Oh, the fire and the water thing?
Not just fire and water, but Aries and Cancer is the number one most common energetic mismatch that you see astrologically speaking. Aries and Cancer takes the cake. Let's see, there's Aries and Cancer, Virgo and Pisces, Gemini, Sagittarius, Aquarius and Taurus, Capricorn and Libra. Those are the top 5 most common energetic pairings. Aries and Cancer being number one. Even before I became a tarot reader, I have seen that combination more times in just personal life. Like about 7 out of every 10 Cancers you meet, who are you dating? An Aries. Who's your ex? An Aries, and vice versa, you know? And it's always a shit show. Put it to you like this: no outside person should be able to interfere. If an outside person can interfere, that ain't your person. You think an outside person could take her away from me? Fuck you. Don't give a fuck who you is. You know what I'm saying? Let's take a look and see what kind of soul contract we got here. World card successfully completed. So, successfully completed. It has run its course. So, can you? In theory, yes. But the question is, will you in practice? Death card, world card. So this connection has run its course and served its purpose. So I highly suspect that you all will probably be on and off for a while. And the energy will continue to get heavier and heavier the more time goes on. Because mainly, like I said, without even looking at everything else, without looking at energies, intentions, this connection served its purpose and the contract is complete. Death card, world card. Let me see if I can look at this person's energy. Oh yeah, I meant to grab another tarot deck.
Which one do you want? I can get it for you.
I don't know, I have to go look. Just go surprise me with one.
I already know you want the blue one.
Blue one?
Yeah, your blue one.
Oh, you mean the traditional Rider-Waite?
No, the other blue one.
Oh, I don't think I have that one on my table. Oops. Oh, yeah. Morgan Greer, yeah. Cool. Yep, this was going to be one of the ones that I grabbed. 8 Coins Tattoo Tarot. Okay. So, if the two of you were dedicated enough to this, you could make it happen. The connection has served its purpose. It's run its course. You shouldn't have to worry about any outside people. That shouldn't even be a thing. That shouldn't even matter, you know? But it's going to be incredibly difficult to get this on a successful positive path. I've never witnessed it personally. Doesn't mean it hasn't happened. Doesn't mean that it can't happen.
I mean, you don't really get out much anymore either, so, to be honest.
So, yeah, I wouldn't waste too much time. But just do what feels right. Do what feels right to you.
All right, Marissa, who is an Aries, will I find a new love partner, or will my ex be coming back, or the guy I'm talking to right now? Or will it be the ex, or is it the guy I'm talking to?
Okay. So, you're still energetically tethered to a past person. Right? I don't need a tarot card to tell you that. So, you're not a vibrational match to a divine life partner. First thing, straight off the bat, the past person and the new person are both on the same vibrational frequency because you're tethered to both at the same time. That's quantum physics. That's not Rich Lopp's little theory. That can't happen if you're on a different frequency. And the primary law is the law of vibration. You only attract in according to your frequency. So while you're still tethered to a past person, if you reconnect with a new person, you're still at the same vibrational frequency. Let me see the status of the soul contract with the last one. Devil. 10 of Cups reversed. Complete. So, I'm not going to tell you what you should do, but I will tell you that the past person, there's no unfinished business between the two of you. Now, the new person, not your divine life partner, when you meet that person, you ain't going to have to come ask me whether you should be with them or someone else. But that doesn't mean there's not an important soul contract. When I say these things, I'm not saying these things to like make fun of you or call you stupid. I say these things because later on down the line, when you're out there living your life, when you're put in a situation where you have to make a choice, I want you to have some wisdom that you can dig through. And you can say, oh yeah, let me think about that. So it'll help you later on down the line. That's the reason why I say the things that I say. I'm not talking down to nobody. I'm not calling you stupid. I want to plant seeds of wisdom in your mind. Devil card again with the new person. It's not telling me anything about a soul contract with the new person. But I don't think, it's codependency attachment. It's a lot of codependency energy in there, which, long story short, I don't have the time to sit and break all this down, but long story short, I have a broken, lonely, empty void in my heart, and I need someone else to fill it. I need a relationship to fill the void in my heart. I need another person to make me feel better. That's emotional codependency in a nutshell. It's way more convoluted than that, but it's not really telling me a whole lot about a soul contract, though. Not really. So, not your person, though. I'm not going to tell you don't get with them, but if anything, I don't have the card for it. Everything else in this spread feels like this is a test. But there's two cards that I'll be looking for. Either the Hierophant or the High Priestess, or maybe both. I don't have either of those in here. But I would treat this like a test. If you haven't learned, you will be put through this test at some point. Look at the Sagittarius card in this deck.
The Illuminati eyeball.
Yeah. Isn't that cool?
Because we see and know everything. The all-seeing eye.
Yeah.
Our third eye. We know. We are intuitive.
With cups of blood.
Ew. Yeah, that's just weird.
Alright.
Okay, are we on to the next?
Yep. Buggy.
All right, Tracy, who's a Capricorn. A new person is an Aries. I feel good about it, but would love to see what the cards say for me. Your readings resonate with me more than any other reader.
All right, well, let's see the soul contract we have here. Another very challenging, energetic combination. I've noticed that the mutable signs and the cardinal signs tend to flock together. Honestly, though, when it comes to matching qualities, the mutable signs do that more than any other sign. You see a lot of Virgo and Pisces and a lot of Gemini and Sagittarius. Those are very, very, very common. But you see it a lot in the cardinal signs, too. Lots of Aries and Libra.
It sounds like all the Aries be out messing with all you guys. There's so many people inquiring about Aries.
Yeah.
It's like the theme.
What was the question again? I just like fucking completely slipped away.
A new person is an Aries.
Oh.
I feel good about them, but I'd love to see what the cards say for me.
Okay, so that's a tough one. I mean, at least feelings and intentions are genuine. Energy, though. Energy, you may notice a pretty significant clash energetically within the first year or so. You know, you're both cardinal signs. Cardinal energy is very, very pushy energy. It's very persistent energy, because it's the energy of initiation, right? The cardinal signs all are the beginning of each season. You know, the Aries is the beginning of spring, Cancer is the beginning of summer, Libra is the beginning of fall, Capricorn is the beginning of winter. So that energy of initiation, putting two of them together, can make for challenging energetic combos. So far, I'm not really seeing bad intentions. I'm seeing some trust issues, you know, past vibrational baggage that will eventually end up bubbling up between the two of you. And I hate to use this term, but love language, when I say that, I don't mean, you know, acts of service, words of affirmation, physical touch. That's not what I mean by that. Not that that's not important, but when I say love language, I'm talking about the vibrational language, you know, the way you express love energetically and vibrationally. That will prove to be something that the two of you have to figure out how to develop. The more the new person phase, the in the beginning phase starts wearing off, what I would say is do the best you can to focus on making sure that the two of you are developing a solid friendship. I'm not saying only be friends and ignore the emotional connection. I'm saying don't ignore the friendship aspect of things, because that's what drives a lot of relationships into the ground, you know. Once the new person feeling starts wearing off, if we haven't developed a friendship, then that's when things start becoming kind of tense and uncomfortable. We can't even be friends. We can't talk to each other about things. Don't really enjoy each other's company, you know? So I'm not seeing bad intentions. I'm not seeing that, but, you know, you could make this happen if the two of you are able to navigate the energies within the first year to year and a half, you know, because the surface level stuff is going to start peeling away, and the connection is going to start getting deeper and deeper and deeper. And you need to be connecting at a deeper and deeper and deeper level. And as long as you all are doing that, then, you know, it's all good. But eventually there will come a point where both of you, the damaged parts of you, are going to come together. Let's see, here's the funny thing about relationships that's, again, we've been conditioned to look at everything backwards. Rather than thinking that, you know, your person is going to make all that broken, lonely, damaged shit feel better. Oh no, they're going to trigger it. Your person's going to trigger the brokenness inside of you. They're going to trigger it. This is how a person brings out the best in you. They bring out the worst in you, and you're left with the decision to where you have to work on it. You have to strengthen your weaknesses, right? So to build and sustain a successful life partnership and connect at that deep level, the two of you are going to trigger each other's weaknesses. And if you're able to work through that together as a team, you could lay a solid foundation. So, okay.
All right, Caro, who's a Leo. The final outcome of my 3.5-year affair with my ex, it was more of a parallel relationship than a simple affair alongside his marriage. No contact. It cut off, so I don't know if that's supposed to say since or no contact, something.
So, what does outcome mean? What's that mean? Because there's only two outcomes. Either we're going to break up, or one of us is going to die.
Die?
Yeah.
Damn.
Yeah.
I thought you were going to say, like, be together or not be together.
We're
die.
We're going to be together until death does us part.
That was
If
so
we're life
interesting.
partners, one of us is going to die at some point. And that's, you know, if that makes any sense, you know, in order to successfully complete a life partnership contract, death has to do us part. So typically when we use the word outcome, I get nervous about using that word because that indicates an ending. See what I'm saying? Like for example, what's the outcome of our relationship? What if we would have asked that
There wouldn't
5
be
years ago?
The outcome would be we get married and then we stay together
Until when?
till you croak or I croak. Yeah, I get it, but like in that situation,
what I'm
it's
saying
not
is,
right.
look, you could still look at it like, has there been an outcome between us yet?
But
We're still
everybody's
together.
gonna die.
I know, but what I'm saying is that term outcome is, sometimes it implies an ending. You know?
Okay, yeah, but our outcome, what is the outcome of us? Yeah, we ended up staying together and it worked out. That's the outcome.
Yeah, but, you know, we could still break up next week.
You're too literal. Sometimes you think too far into things. Like, you do this all the time.
I don't really need a tarot card to tell you that's not your divine life partner. We will see what the soul contract looks like, though. Ooh, Tower card. I think that not only is this soul contract incomplete, but I don't think any of this went down the way it was supposed to go down. Like from the minute you all got together. You said there was somebody else involved?
He's married.
Yeah. So it was never supposed to go down like this at all. So not only is it incomplete, but it was handled incorrectly from the very beginning. So I don't know all the details of your situation, but if the two of you were to come together, this soul contract was supposed to be only you and this person. that you and this person were either supposed to be together or not together. There was not supposed to be somebody else involved. That was never supposed to happen that way. So, I mean, is this somebody you've already separated with?
There's no contact.
With my ex. Yeah, I think you have your outcome. I think that is your outcome. Now, can reconciliation be attempted? Yes. It's possible. It can. But it's going to loop back around and repeat the same outcome if you do that. World card reversed. So I think you got your outcome, you know.
What is the outcome?
It's over.
Oh,
That is the final outcome. If reconciliation is attempted, that same outcome will repeat itself. So, yeah. I mean, I'd give it about a 30% chance that reconciliation will be attempted. But that's not part of your soul's plan. So it's not supposed to happen that way. If you're following your soul's plan and your life path and your life mission, the two of you will not be getting back together with the way things are going right now. If you do, it'll loop back around and repeat the same cycle. So, okay.
Is that a third spread or are you done?
No, I'm done.
Oh, okay. All right, Elizabeth M., who's in Aries. I've been solo for 6, almost 7 years. Will I ever get remarried or have a real relationship? And if so, do I know them already?
Okay. We got to look at the status of your last soul contract. So, one thing I can kind of conclude here is that you have your eye on someone.
That doesn't conclude it.
She has her eye on someone. She has someone she's thinking about. Or she wouldn't even have asked that question. Let's see the status of your last soul contract.
She said, I have been listening to some of the other readings, so I'm assuming what will be said for mine. If you mention energetic blockage, could you go into detail and explain?
I mean, with these readings right here, I can explain a little bit, but I really can't dig really, really, really deep because we got a lot of people that we have to get to. So your last soul contract was completed successfully, but there's still a lot of healing that needs to be done and a lot of energy that hasn't quite been released, hasn't been transmuted. I worry about using that word released because it doesn't work like that. You know, if it worked like that, healing wouldn't be so hard to do. There wouldn't be so many people struggling to heal because energy isn't created or destroyed. It only changes form. The only way the energy can change form is if you make it change form. It's not something you just release and let go of. It doesn't work like that. But there is an energetic blockage. Let's see what is due to come in next. I think you do have another karmic contract out there. I think so. Now, that doesn't mean that something bad's going to happen to you. It means that there is another person walking the planet right now that you have unfinished business with from a previous lifetime. And I do think that life partnership is on the table as a possibility. So there is somebody that you've been working on being life partners with for multiple lifetimes. Now, the reason why you've been solo for a while is to give you the chance to match that person vibrationally. Not just match that person vibrationally, but to match that energy, the energy of a solid foundation in a life partnership, abundance, vibrationally. But right now there is, energy that hasn't been transmuted from the past. Even though the past, now the good news is, I don't have time to sit and dig all this up. The good news is, it's been 6 years. That is plenty of time to transmute to where you could potentially release most, if not all of that energy in less than a year. And that's the good thing. And the other good thing is the soul contract was successfully completed. So those are two things working for you as far as this goes. This is the reason why I had my course on the steps to true healing. That's why all month long I was telling you my courses are available. That's why I was putting that course out there, is for situations like this. It teaches energy transmutation. So, I mean, right now there's still energy that hasn't been released from the past, hasn't been processed or transmuted. There's multiple paths that you could take right now. To try to make this as efficient as possible. If you wanted to speed up the process right now, the best thing that you could do would be to put yourself on the timeline and on the path of actively getting out there and mingling and meeting people, but being highly picky and choosy about the energy that you connect with. There's so much stuff I want to say, but I'm trying to figure out how to say it quick, but I can't say it quick.
Yeah, these readings are very, they're pretty short, because that's just what these are. The live readings are always like that. So if you want to go deeper, obviously, we do recommend getting a personal reading. I mean, you don't have to get the 3-question reading if you don't want to, because I know that one is a little bit more, but he does have a 1-question reading for 45.
Yeah. And there's no time limit on it.
There's no time limit, so he can break down everything, but you will need a question or remind him of this so he at least knows. But I'll add the link to our website here. It can't be a general reading though, so. All right, are you done with that one? Or?
Yep.
Okay. Next we have Vicky, who is a Libra. Should I stay at my job or move on to the opportunity that found me out of nowhere?
Oh, well.
Wow, something isn't about an Aries? I'm surprised. Wow.
No, this is a classic example of a relationship with the universe. When it's time for you to transition on from something, the universe gives you signs. And something approaching you, opening a door, and that's a classic example that it's time to shift time loop. That doesn't always guarantee what's on the other side of that door, the metaphorical door, but that happens when it's time to transition on from something. Okay, so you're at a transitionary point right now. So pretty much no matter what you do, between now and 2030, there's about a 90 to 95% chance you're not going to be working your current job anyways, no matter what you do. This is the first exit point from your job that is available. There are soul contracts, there are missions, there are assignments, there's reasons why you're being guided here. You don't have to take it if you don't want, but eventually, within the next 3.5 years, 4 years, things are going to start, the universe is going to start making you more and more uncomfortable. It does that to pick you up and get you moving. So things like that don't happen for no reason. They do not. They do not. A door doesn't open for you, especially like that when it's out of nowhere. that's a sign that it's time to transition on. If you don't transition on from it now, that's fine. Then another open door of opportunity is going to make itself available later on down the line. And if you don't take that, same thing. And, you know, by the time 2030 gets here, I would be shocked if the universe doesn't kick the tower over on you and force you onto a new timeline. Yeah, see. Five of Pentacles. So, yeah. It is transition time right now. Now, like I said, don't think that just because the universe opens a door for you means that everything's going to be rainbows and unicorns on the other side of that door. It may be. That's possible. But I just want to give you something to think about on your path. If things are challenging, that doesn't mean you made the wrong decision. You're going through a transitionary point right now. So if you don't take this exit point and you pass that up, you'll be given another exit point. And that'll probably happen a handful of times over the next 3.5 to 4 years. To where, like I said, I would be shocked if in August of 2030, if you're still working there. I would be very shocked. So, I mean, I would, honestly, but, you know, it isn't a should I. It doesn't really matter. I would, honestly, if it was me. If it was me, I would. Everything's temporary in this life. Everything is slipping away.
Lucky, who is a Scorpio. What is this person's true feelings and intentions towards me? My intuition tells me he's involved with others and still reminiscing on past people.
Man, that is zero transparency, isn't it?
Yep. Yep.
Take this with you on your journey. Avoid confusion. Look for transparency in a divine life partner. Again, when I say these things, I'm not coming down on you. I'm not calling you stupid. I'm planting seeds of wisdom in your mind so that the next time you find yourself in a situation like this, you'll know exactly what to do. If you ever have to come ask me what somebody's feelings and intentions are, that's not your person. Let's see. Even if I told you, what if I told you no? No, this person is absolutely in love with you and wants to be honest, loyal, and faithful. Wouldn't that be weird? Wouldn't that be weird? They'd be like, well, damn, why am I getting the feeling that something is so off about this person? That would point to an even deeper problem. This is not an honest person. This is not a person you can trust across the board in general. So I'm not really allowed to spy on the details of somebody's life, but yeah, I mean, if there are past people involved, it's not telling me exactly what the energy is here, but this is telling me that just generally, this is the type of person that nobody can fully trust. Nobody. Maybe they mama. Maybe. But this is the type of person that nobody in their life truly, fully knows who they are. This person's fake. Fake as shit. Yeah, a life partnership, I don't think, is this person's number one priority. Yeah, yep. So, again, take that with you on your journey. If I was to tell you that you can trust this person, he's absolutely in love with you and wants to dedicate his life to you. If I told you that, then what would happen? Would this connection work after I told you that? No, it wouldn't. Nope. That'd be kind of weird, wouldn't it? It'd be like, well, damn, why can't I pick up on that if it's right in front of my face? See what I'm saying? Just take that with you on your journey. I go to the bathroom again real quick.
Okay. Caitlin, so if you follow the link that's pinned in the comments, there'll be a description. I highly recommend that everybody reads that description. I know it's kind of lengthy, but in there it tells you, like, it doesn't give you examples, but just a specific question, not like whatever wants to come through, or what do my guides want me to know, what does spirit want me to know, because Rich is not a psychic medium, so he would like to know, like, if you're asking about a person, is this like an ex, or is this a current person, or is it somebody you have your eye on? Or it doesn't have to be about just love, it could be about career, or if you feel stuck with something. Just give a little bit of context and a little bit of background if you can. It doesn't have to be like a huge paragraph. If you kind of like listen to some of the other ones that we're reading, something along those lines.
All right. So.
And then, yeah, we're gonna be doing a part 3.
Oh, are we?
Yeah.
Okay.
In a little bit, because we're coming up on 2 hours here in like a little bit.
That's it. Oh, okay.
We're at like 1:45.
Oh, okay. How many more we have?
We have
Okay.
that many, so we can push through, and then whatever comes in right now will be on part 3. Okay. So Amanda A, who is a Pisces, is SR really using the time apart to work on himself and connect with me later, or was he being insincere? Oh, okay. So it was like one of those things where it was like, oh, I want to take a break so I can work on myself, kind of thing.
Whenever somebody says that,
Red flag, red flag, red flag.
let's see here.
Because that's like when you want to work on things, or not work on things, but I feel like that's when you kind of, when you're going through something difficult, it's when you kind of lean on to somebody who you trust and that you love.
Yeah.
You know.
If I want to work on myself because I want this relationship to work, you think I'm going to let you go? Like, that makes no sense. If I want to be with you, and I want to be with you, and I want to work on myself, I'm just going to let you go and take the chance of just completely losing you? No. 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 Let's see. Yeah, Knight of Wands, Page of Cups, King of Swords. No. Now, don't get it twisted. This person needs to work on themselves. 100%. But, yeah, no. Honestly, I think that without spying on the details of someone's life, I think that there's somebody else involved somehow, some way. I don't know if he left you for someone else, or if he had his eye on someone else, or if he just, I don't know, but I do think that somehow, some way, there's another person's energy involved. So no. That doesn't even make logical sense. You know, anytime you hear somebody say that, no. There's either somebody else involved. I mean, you know, maybe he just thought it was going to be easy to go out and find somebody else. I don't know. I can't spy on the details of his life, but let's see what the second spree would say. Yeah, see, 7 of Cups. I think that what he was doing was he was trying to go find somebody new, and and was making sure he still has you waiting on the sidelines just in case that doesn't work. So if he's not successful at finding somebody new, then he'll come back to you. And, you know, so be careful with that. No, I don't think that's sincere. Absolutely not. Yeah, I think he's a game player, honestly. I don't know how long you all were together, but yeah, no.
Okay, Michelle A., who is a Sagittarius. Will the company allow me to transfer, or should I look outside for a new nursing job?
Well, I got to look at your path. Hierophant reversed. World card. So it is time to transition into a new cycle. So that doesn't mean that the company won't let you transfer, but even if you do, it'll be temporary. Like if you do transfer, you know, that'll still be temporary. You might be lucky to get another year out of that job, 2 years at the max. But yeah, it is time to start a new cycle. Where'd it go? Time to start a new cycle and transition into a whole new cycle. What I would do if I was you is first I would see, will you let me transfer? You know, I'd give it about a probably 60 to 70% chance that they probably won't. If they do, it'll still be temporary. But you can at least knock on that door and see if the universe will open it. Let's see what the second spree it says. High Priestess. Yeah, see, Eight of Pentacles reversed. So it is coming up on time to transition, you know, away from that job. But I'm not going to tell you just quit your job. You see if they'll allow it. And you make up your mind as to, do you want to stay with this until the universe forces you off the path? Or do you want to go ahead and try to find an exit point now? If it was me, I'd be knocking around on other doors, personally. To see, you know, because it's transition time. But it doesn't hurt to try and see.
Okay, so we're gonna do 2 more, and then we're gonna take a break. So we're gonna do Eric, and then Breath of Fresh Air, and then we will continue with Diana at 8 p.m. Pacific time. So if you are after Diana on that list, then you can come back at 8 p.m. or you can check back tomorrow, whatever your time zone is. I don't know, but if it's not convenient for you to stay up, like you're not required to be awake. And
when are we no longer taking orders?
on part 3.
Okay. So, I mean,
Or unless you want to stop it now.
No, it's up to you.
I was just thinking on part 3 we can, because then we're only gonna have... Oh. Yeah,
Okay.
part 3.
Whew, I ain't done a part 3 very many times.
Yeah. Okay, so Eric, who is a Capricorn, should I move on from a situation I was overthinking, stuck in, and tell my story, pursue tarot and music?
That's a bunch of different questions. That's like 2 or 3 different questions all in one. So was this situation, was that a relationship? If you're in the chat, was that, you talking about a relationship? And did I already read for that person?
No, I already checked.
Oh. That's weird to have two Erics that spell it the same way. That's not a very common spelling for that name.
But that one's the other one's a Pisces.
Oh, okay.
Because I looked that up too, because I thought it was. Not exactly tied to a person.
So what is it? I'm gonna have to give you a really general answer without knowing exactly what you're talking about.
Or they can just like reword their question.
Yeah.
He said, yeah, but yeah, a past person was involved. Or do you want to specify your question so we can give you a better read? Because it's kind of too many questions. It's making it like confusing a little bit.
So, I mean, with the Hierophant Ace of Wands right here, that situation was either a lesson or a test. One of the two. I don't know which one. Just to maybe help you figure that out, a lesson is a completely brand new experience. Something that is unlike anything you've ever experienced before. Completely new to you in every way. That's a lesson. But the way it works is first you're given the lesson and then you're tested on it. So
he wants to change his question. It says, should I look into a situation more or move on? And I said, what is the situation?
Well,
Right?
yeah.
Don't you want to know?
I mean,
We're just pause for a second because we're trying to get at what specific question he wants to know.
I was going to run with that.
Which one?
Should I move on from the situation?
Well, I want to make sure he's getting what he wants.
Well, when he said it wasn't tied into a person, now, okay.
Okay, so now the question is, it's fine. Okay, so the question is, should I look into a situation more or move on? And the situation was something that was hidden from me. What do you mean?
That makes it even more confusing.
How?
So whatever the situation was, it was either a lesson or a test. One of the two. I don't know which one it was. If everything about that situation is something completely new and unlike anything you've ever been through before, that's a lesson. So basically, it served its purpose, and it is very likely that you'll be tested on that again at some point in the future.
So should he look into it?
It depends on whether or not you learned the lesson. Like I said, it was a lesson or a test. What that means is you either move on from it or you repeat it. That's what that means. So, like when you're in school, in order to move on to the next level, you have to take a lesson and then you're tested on it. And if you're not ready to pass the test, then you have to take the test again. But here's the thing. If you're being tested and I expose that test, the universe will give it to you in a different format. Different situation, different scenarios, different whatever. So, yeah, that was a lesson or a test. Whatever that means to you. So it served its purpose. Let's put it like that. And, this isn't part of the question, but don't ask permission what you should pursue. Just do it. If it lights your soul on fire, do it. That's how you ask the universe. But yeah, that situation served its purpose.
So maybe don't look into it because then it's a waste of time.
No, because if you were supposed to learn, obviously there was something that probably wasn't learned there, or you wouldn't need to come ask me that. So, if that makes sense. I'm trying to help you figure out what you should do for yourself. Because if I tell you, I'll just move on from that, but you didn't learn what you needed to learn from that, you're going to be put in a similar situation again. Does that make sense? So I'm trying to help you. I'm trying to help you understand what the best thing is to do here. If that makes any sense. Does that make sense?
I have no idea anymore. I'm literally half asleep over here.
Okay.
I feel like hopefully I wasn't making it worse. But.
No.
Okay, next we have Breath of Fresh Air, who is a Scorpio. How do you untangle energetic cords? And if they are there, are they supposed to be if it's a new person?
That's two different questions. And I mean, you create an energetic tie with every person that you encounter. So that's not really a tarot question. I don't need tarot cards to read that. But undoing energetic ties is through energy transmutation. I know that there's all this bullshit on the internet about cord cutting rituals and light this candle with this crystal here, say this affirmation, spin in a circle with your thumb in your ass, and boom, it's over. No. Energy isn't created or destroyed. It only changes form. You have to make it change form. You have to. By transmuting the energy. Meaning, God damn it, I just don't have a quick way to word this. I just don't, there's not a fast way to word this and explain it. Energetic ties are cut by energy transmutation, right? Meaning, I take the knowledge, the wisdom, and the energy that was created by that situation. I use that knowledge, wisdom, and energy to create something new in my life that I would not be able to create without that knowledge and wisdom and that energy. Once I create something new with it, I utilize the power of my beliefs and my perception to use that to redefine the meaning behind why the experience happened. You are the only being in the entire universe who is capable of and responsible for assigning meaning to the things that happen to you in your life. That is not something you can do overnight. You don't just say, okay, well, I'm deciding that this means that. Okay, I'm done. No. It takes time. It takes time to transmute energy, to allow the universe to work through you and around you and for you. So transmuting energy is how energetic ties are cut. And, there's energetic ties with anybody, depending on the soul contract with a new person. What typically tends to happen is like a relationship, we break up, right? We don't transmute that energy. So it's not created or destroyed, it only changes form. If we don't make it change form, it doesn't change form, ever. You take it with you to the other side, back into the next lifetime, and then the two of you come together with the same energetic tie from the previous lifetime because you didn't transmute it. This is one of the leading causes of so many billions of humans being stuck on the karmic wheel. They have soul ties with people that they've had for hundreds, thousands of years that haven't been transmuted and released. So, yeah, I don't have a quick way of explaining it. That's why I have my courses up all July. The Steps Towards True Healing teaches how to do that. So yeah, that's about as quick as I can make that for this right here.
Okay, is that it, or are you still reading?
All right. Oh yeah. Yeah. Okay. Cool. So, all right, we're doing a part 3 then. Wooey shooey dooey looey. Erky dirky smirky. Well, okay, so what is it? About 6 p.m. Okay, we'll be back in 2 hours, 8 p.m. Pacific time, 11 p.m. Eastern time. So, all right, y'all.
Yeah.
We'll see y'all here in a couple hours.
Bye.